Jai Hind students. We have already done the first module of this chapter, Human Environment, Settlement, Transport and Communication. And in the first module, we discussed about what is a settlement, what is site, what are the various types of settlement, that is rural, urban and so on. We will be doing the next topic, that is transport, and we all know that transport is the means by which people and goods move. Earlier people moved goods on foot or on animals, but after the invention of the wheel things changed and transport became easier, and with the passage of time different modes of transport developed. Animals which are used like camels, bullocks, mules, donkeys and so on are still used in different parts of the world for transport. In the Andes, llamas are used. Early traders had to travel for months to reach to different places, but because of the advancement in modern days today, we can reach to longer distances in a very short period of time. So modern means of transport has helped us to save time and energy. Now, what are the four means of transport? Four major means of transport are roadways, railways, waterways and airways. Roadways, okay. The most commonly used mode of transport over short distances, the roads, and it is of two types. One is a metalled one or pakka road, and the other one is non-metalled or kacha road. There is a dense network of roads in the plains, that is on the plain area, and roads have also been built in the forests, deserts, mountains and so on. The Manali Leh highway in the Himalayas is the highest road in the world. Roads are also built underground and they are called as subways or underpasses, and flyovers are also built over raised structures. You can see it in the picture. Then the next is railways. Now railways are used to carry people and goods over longer distances, which are very quick and cheap. The invention of the steam engine and the industrial revolution has really helped in the speedy development of rail transport around the world. Diesel electric engines have widely replaced the steam engine, and modern day we have super fast trains which travel very fast than before. Railway networks are well developed in the plain area, and advanced technology have been used to lay down railway lines in the mountains and the hilly areas, but still they are less in number. The Indian railway network is well developed and the largest in Asia. Third is the waterways. In the early days, waterways was the mostly used for transportation, because it was the cheapest way to carry heavy goods, bulky goods over longer distances. And there are two types, that is waterway is of two types. First one is inland and the next one is seaways. So what is inland waterways? Like the navigable rivers, where you can move easily and the river is not very fierce. And lakes are a part of the inland waterways, for example the Ganga Brahmaputra river system in India. And seaways means the sea routes and the ocean routes are mostly used for transporting merchandise and the goods from one country to another, and these are connected by the ports. Important ports of the world are Singapore and Mumbai in Asia, New York and Los Angeles in North America and so on. This is a picture of the major seaports and airports, which is also mentioned in your book. You can see how the world is connected through these routes. Then the next is airways. They are not only the fastest ways of transport in the modern world, but it is also very expensive because of the high cost of fuel. Air transport is usually affected by bad weather like fog and storm, but it is the only way to reach remote areas of the world where they are not accessible by the roads and railways. Helicopters are used in inaccessible areas, and they are used in times of calamities like flood or drought, or when we have to save people or we have to distribute food and water to the affected people. Some of the busiest and the most important airports in the world are Mumbai, New York and so on. The next topic is communication, and communication is the process of sharing or conveying message to others. With the development of technology, humans have devised new and fast modes of communication. The progress of communication system has resulted in an information revolution in the world, and communication now provides information, entertainment, education and so on. Through mass media such as newspapers, radio, television, we can communicate with anyone around the world, anywhere, anytime. Satellites have made communication very easier by helping it to explore oil, minerals, and other resources which lie underground water, for surveying the forest, and for weather forecasting and disaster warning. So these things we already know, but still it has helped become world a global place. We can easily send electronic messages, voice and video through the internet and the wireless electronic systems like mobile cellular phones. The internet not only provides us with the information worldwide, but also makes our life very comfortable. For example, it allows us to book tickets, buses, for the tickets for the buses, railways, and cinemas, etc. And with this kind of interconnectivity of people, services, and institutions across the world, we are truly a part of the large global society.